Jason, you suck.
Oh yeah, I do.
And swallow.
Have you ever tried to eat a pineapple 40 times the size of your own head? No, I've tried to eat a dick 40 times. Oh, wait. Oh, no. We should cut that out. Oh, okay, welcome back, guys.
Stop. Please. Stop. Just, Hi.
That is the worst start of the stream.
I could make it worse. Don't tempt me.
Quiet, please.
Thank
Focus.
fucking God we're already rated at mature.
Stop. No, stop.
Did
Bella.
no one confirm the friend request from Orcs Making?
Guys,
Stop.
I'm so sorry to everyone watching right now.
We should probably open up the stream chat.
I am.
It's up. It's up. And we've got people watching.
Oh no.
Okay.
How was your arm, Jason? Oh, it's fine. Thanks, you hawk. It hurts.
You got hit by a car.
Yeah,
He was fine though.
I'm fine.
We don't care.
Whoops, my volume's on. My volume's on.
I care that I got hit by a car. Thank
We have 3
I
viewers.
care.
Oh no. It's all this.
Okay.
No.
Welcome back to HeyDM, guys.
Danny
I'm Reese,
posts.
your dungeon master. And I'm joined today by a couple of fun.
Fun friends.
I want to go and say friendly, but also fun. Why does this happen every time we do this?
Funly?
Funly?
Funly, yeah, sure. I'm here with a couple of friendly faces. To my right, we've got Dylan, who plays Shin, our drow rogue. Ooh, mysterious.
Really? I love you too, Reese. Love you so much.
You really don't. You've got too high a stealth score to beat me. To the right of my right is the wonderful, amazing Jason, who punches cars in his free time. He plays Baz, our dwarven bard.
Hey, you know what?
Very fun man.
I'd fuck a dwarf.
Stop.
And that's all we have for you today. Thank you.
Bye, guys. See ya.
To my left, we have Bella, who plays Kiza, our dragonborn barbarian. Muscles and
Are you good?
Are you okay?
I was about to say something and I decided no.
No. Please continue. I'm curious.
Okay, who plays Kiza, our dragonborn barbarian, aka Muscle Mama. And to the left of my left, joining us at the table, I hit a sticky note.
I'm not going.
Again, we have the wonderful and most amazing Jasper, who plays Tabik,
Yeah.
our fire genocide
I'm here
cleric.
for now.
Oof, how wonderful. Oof, oof.
Oof.
What am I doing? Oh yeah, DMing. Sorry guys. I'm
No,
like
we're going on
real-
vacation.
I am.
Yeah,
we
you
going?
are. You
Soon.
suck.
Speaking of,
Let's go to Italy.
can we get the announcements?
Oh yeah.
Whoever wants to get those up. In the meantime,
Not Jason.
just enjoy looking at my face.
He's a way too
Okay,
close to the mic.
so announcements.
We don't have candy.
Guys.
I love you.
So as always, we'd like to thank ETNL, which is a journalist site that works with game developers and reviews anime games and events. You can check them out at their Twitter, Facebook, Twitter and Facebook, which are both at ETNL Official, or their site, which is www.etnl.co.uk. This is our last stream of this campaign for the summer.
For the summer, not forever. Don't
Yeah.
worry, we'll be back. We'll be back in September. But
Yeah. Reese is gone until September.
Yeah.
So, Danny will be starting a summer campaign with us. Probably maybe next weekend or the weekend after. Sometime when we're all available.
We'll post things.
check in and you'll find out.
Yeah.
Follow
So,
our social medias.
but yeah, Reese will be gone after this episode
Yeah.
all summer.
I'm out traveling the world.
We'll maybe be
Little cat.
back up probably mid-September.
I was gonna say that too.
And I was gonna say something else, but it's gone. It's fine.
Newspaper.
Yeah. Paper? Yeah, the paper. Always got paper. Oh, I'm a DM. I've always got everything.
I've wrote kinky bitch.
Except for an
Stop.
idea of what I've got.
I want to write.
Yeah. Other than that, I will be gone all summer. But you guys have cons to announce.
Oh,
Oh.
You guys are at con.
yeah, we, as in, I think, will everyone here be going?
Introducing Charlotte. Charlotte will go.
Stephanie.
Yeah,
Danny
everyone.
could not make it today. She's working, but she will be with us hopefully when September rolls back around.
So everyone
And the summer
but
campaign.
Reese.
I hope.
Yeah.
Real important.
really
there.
hope.
Real hopeful.
But yeah, everyone but Reese will be attending Animathon this summer. Because Reese will not be here.
In Edmonton, not like
Expo?
Beijing. Don't look for us in Beijing or something.
But
We do
yeah.
love Beijing. We're not going to be in Beijing.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I'm saying
Could
Beijing.
you
It's just
stop?
a fun word.
So yeah, we will be attending Animathon here in Edmonton. And then our next con after that is most likely Edmonton Expo
Which
in
will be
September.
cosplaying our
Which
characters.
I will be back.
Yeah, which we plan
Uh,
to cosplay our characters
Yeah,
too.
our
I'm
plans
going to
currently, tentative plans are to host a panel and get these guys in some cosplay for characters.
And I have to make all the props.
Yeah, because you make props.
It's
That's your
fun.
job.
You do realize I'm cosplaying a dragon.
Come.
Yep.
We
I'm
get
gonna help.
that.
I
We
wanna
get it.
cry.
It's gonna be fun.
I'll
It's gonna
come
be fun.
visit and help this summer.
I don't believe you.
Okay. Anyhow,
Do we want to talk about this?
do you want to talk about?
I fucked the car. I fucked it up. Stop.
Jason got hit by a car, and he likes to bring it up nowadays.
That was like 2 days ago.
Yeah.
Fucked it
Yeah.
up.
You haven't stopped talking about it.
No, it hurts a lot, but hey.
He's here for D&D, so. Okay.
That's all that matters.
Just because you lean in and whisper to him doesn't mean they can't hear you. You're closer to the mic. I can hear you. No one is convinced you're not. Okay.
Yelling at Jason to stop.
Let's get right into D&D, guys.
My name is Talvi. I am your dungeon master for this game.
Let's get right on into some D&D. For those of you who can't see, stop.
That's my summer campaign sheet.
Welcome to our kindergarten class,
Welcome to the first tower of D&D, where we don't D&D.
where we don't D&D.
Anyhow,
I'm gonna keep this out.
when we left off, guys,
How
you
would-
had been attacked by some hill giants. Some big, old, fat, smelly hill giants.
Yep.
You'd fought. Your horses had died. Your wagon was crushed. And then Charlotte
Thanks to
fell from the
Giza.
sky, destroyed the giants, and passed out with a single sentence about saving you. Because that's how Charlotte rolls. Currently, you guys are still in this same little Vale Valley area.
Covered in giant guts.
Still covered in giant guts. It's real stinky. They're not the nicest smelling. You've moved a little bit away from the kind of initial area where the battle had taken place, moving farther over towards where the broken cart you guys had initially passed was. And you've kind of dragged a couple of boxes over to make a rough little area to sit down in so you could rest up a little bit. Charlotte is currently laid out unconscious in the middle of the semicircle you guys have got going on her cloak. Someone had been nice enough to drag one of the packs over and just kind of put it under her head. I'm assuming probably Daz.
Why not? Not the cleric?
It might have been you. You guys might have just helped each other do this. But yeah, so you guys will be able to take a. So this will count as a short rest if you lost hit points or anything. You can roll hit dice.
I forgot how to do
It's a
this.
short rest, so
How do I do this again?
When was the last time we did a short rest? Jeez.
you don't do a lot. So most of it's long rest.
I
Do I roll for a short rest again? I'm so.
Your hit dice.
If you have missing hit points and you'd like to roll hit dice.
Hit dice.
5 hit dice right there.
I would love
there.
to roll.
12, I think.
You should have
So you can,
6. We're level 6 now.
unless
Need a
you've used,
calculator.
What am I doing?
we'll just stick with 5. So if you want to roll a d12,
Okay, where's my
you can roll a d12 and add whatever it is to your hit points currently,
D at 12.
and then you have to make that down to a 4.
Is it plus Constitution?
I don't think so.
No, I think it's just a straight die.
The eraser mark is gone.
Yeah. So now it's 4. And you can use as many of those as you want until you run out of them. And then during a long rest, they rejuvenate. So
But
you
if you
get
use
them all
all
back.
of them, only half rejuvenate over
Yeah.
the long rest.
It takes longer. Yes. Okay. So you guys take a short rest. You guys are now sat in a semicircle in these little boxes. You're still pretty stinky. Charlotte's passed out in front of you. You've managed to kind of drag and collect your stuff from the wreckage that is your cart.
I would.
1,500 boxes of pastries.
Yeah, thank you.
Are they covered in giant guts?
Yeah. Quite a lot of it.
Okay.
All
Yeah.
the boxes are
Eraser, if you need it, please don't.
The boxes
not like the crates or whatever that the fuck I mean.
that were in the original one?
Yeah.
No. The kind of like area of effect, we'll say, kind of cut off just beforehand. There's a couple in the grass farther towards, but mostly it was pretty concentrated.
Okay.
Your guys' cart, which had been like flipped over, the bottom half of it is just red now. Just straight up
So
painted
we're
red.
fucked.
How broken is it?
Pretty crushed. It's kind of been like, it's on its side, and the middle part is just kind of cracked inwards a little bit. One of the wheels is just fucking gone.
Can we
The other
take it from this one?
2 more are just kind of loosely hanging, a couple of breaks and cracks and stuff. It would take a little bit to fix.
But like, are these guys' wheels okay?
Better condition, but not perfect. Like
Do you
it's
think they would fit onto our cart?
make
Could we
me-
just take
Or-
this cart?
How broken is that cart? Yeah. Because
It's tipped over. It's probably in a little bit a better usage than your guys' cart,
I
but
could mend it
it's
if it's not too
Do you
bad.
have mending?
Yes, I do.
it's most likely in better condition than your guys' cart is, but it is not perfect, and the inside is tossed around quite a bit. You guys had kind of an open wagon. This is more of a caravan with the actual topping and stuff because they were using it for transportation.
Hey, that fucking thing looks pretty fucking nice.
While they're worrying about the wagon, I'm going to look for water.
Okay, yeah. So roll me a nature check.
I also want to look for water.
Okay, you guys do that. How
Or-
bad is this thing?
No, wait,
Yeah,
that
I
would be
wanna-
survival, probably.
Okay.
Tyler, do you want to
I have
help me
+4 in
flip
that.
over the other guy?
I only
You
have
can
a
do
plus
that
1.
with
let's do
advantage
it.
for both of you.
Okay.
Because you're looking for the river, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So you guys have been following the river.
Oh,
It's going to be pretty easy to find.
17.
No, it's
Yeah.
probably
22.
on that side.
Yeah. So
We
you
wanna-
guys managed to follow. You kind of head north just a
Wait.
little bit, kind of where
No,
the
if I have
giants
to
had
fix wheels
come
on
from,
the
that
side,
area
I'll do
there.
that first.
And just beforehand, you can see it's a little bit away, but it's like a 10-minute walk maybe. You can see the kind of glittering waters as they curve.
Me and Tabak had our own little talk just there, so we're gonna try to flip this cart, but
If
first
the wheels are
Tabak wants
broken,
to...
fix the wheels, and then we're gonna try to flip it onto its wheels.
Okay. So you're using mending for that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Or just general tools.
Are Shin and kids are gonna have another bonding moment at the
Yeah.
river?
Okay, so you guys are heading for the river.
Yeah.
And you guys are fixing the cart.
Yeah.
Okay. So you two will start making your way that way, and I'll grab
Just left
you two with
Charlotte.
the cart. She's like sitting in this like semicircle you've made
We're
on the
s-
road.
Even heading for the river, we're still able to see each other, right?
To a
nice.
point, it is behind the hills, kind of, because this is
Okay.
all lowered down. It's over the hill a little
It's a
bit,
semicircle.
so you can't see the veil
Like
from where
propped
you
up
are
against a
Yeah.
box.
at that point,
Yeah.
but it's
There we
not
go.
too far away.
Okay.
We made the semicircle.
Except it's like here. Yeah, you guys push towards that cart out of the kind of like guts instead. Yeah. Okay. So Tabik, you take a while. It's been a little bit since you've used mending, but spells are pretty common for you, right? You flip through, jot down a quick drawing, kind of the cart the way you think it would look if it was fixed, and then you begin to channel some energy, and you watch as the wheel begins to gravitate back towards itself, and it kind of glistens as it begins to tie the cracks up, and they just vanish. The wheels are good to go now.
Okay, we're gonna flip it now.
Put the wheels back on.
Oh.
And then try to flip it.
Yeah, whatever
back
Tabitha
up onto
said.
its wheels.
How do we do this?
Yeah. Give me an athletics check.
Hey, am I good at that? Hey, I'm good at that.
Athletics. Ooh, hey.
That fucking sucked ass. That fucking sucked ass.
Bump in the table.
8.
8 for you.
11.
11 for you. Okay.
These dice are usually better.
So you kind of manage to
Together,
get
that's like a 19.
under it enough that you can kind of lift it up a bit, but it's pretty heavy with all the boxes and everything that's been thrown around in it. It's definitely not something you guys are going to be able to do alone.
We've just been rolling straight 2s.
Okay, let's go inside, empty it out, and then try to flip it over.
There's a 19.
There's a 19.
I think the table curtains.
I don't know what that was.
I couldn't move my hand for some reason there.
I wanted to flatten the lump, but I just pulled the entire thing.
I felt that.
That's better.
Okay. Yeah, so you guys managed to get it up like halfway almost to tipping, and then it just kind of is a little bit too heavy and you have to put it down
we'll
again.
empty it out and try again.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys take a bit to
Empty it
start
out while
emptying it out.
investigating what the stuff is.
Yeah.
Ooh, sure. Roll me investigation check.
Oh! Can't wait.
Stop!
I'm not good at this. I'm not that good at this. Oh.
Hey Shin, this is a nice
Ooh.
walk we're on.
Yeah, we're going on a nice
22.
gander.
22. Okay.
Tabitha
A
didn't
gay
see
gander.
anything.
Gay gander.
What did you get? A 2? Okay, yeah.
Well,
no.
plus 1.
Yeah, Tabik, you take some time to start lifting boxes out. Baz, you push your way kind of farther into the back, so you can start moving them towards where Tabik is hauling them out. And you nearly trip on what is like a small bit of the floorboard has been lifted up just slightly. So it's a little bit unsteady, and you kind of, it's a little bit of a curious thing, so you kind of kneel down. Since the cart is flipped on its side, it's more of a cabinet, but it's kind of the baseboard of the cabinet, and you're a little confused because there's no reason for it to be out, and it's not the full plank, it's just a section of it. So you kind of grab out one of your hammers. Or do you have axes? I can't remember.
Do you have hammer, a simple battle axe? I also have rakes, shears, spades, pickaxe. I have a lot.
Okay, yeah, you grab a spade, and you kind of pry it under, just kind of lever it down to pop it up.
Yeah, I think I left it at home.
And you find a small hidden compartment, and inside of which is a smaller box. That's kind of a grayish colored box. It's quite ornate, kind of decorated in some gold. It has a small, what looks like a lock, but it is being pretty mangled in the flipping of the cart. And engraved on top of the box is what looks like a small shield. And inside of this small shield is an image. You can spot a...
Sorry.
Roll me a nature check.
There's one for the summer and one for this campaign.
Okay, I'll fill that in a minute. Thank you. Thank you, Dylan.
50.
No problem.
Okay.
Dylan saving her ass as usual.
There is a small... It's gray on the back, but engraved into it is what looks like a blue osprey, which is a small seabird. And the osprey holds a golden sash of fabric in its mouth, and below it are 3 swords arrayed out under its tail. You kind of recognize the symbol, it seems pretty familiar, but you can't place it. You manage to kind of pull the lock off easy enough and open it up, and it's got a couple of small pouches in it. You find about 150 silver, and 18 gold pieces.
Wait, 150
150 silver and 18 gold pieces.
or 15?
50. 150.
Okay.
And 18 gold pieces.
Okay.
There's also a small baggie of about 5 pounds of weed. You kind of like open it up a little bit and give it a sniff. It smells like probably cooking spices of some sort. Most likely of a higher quality.
Kitchen weed.
No, I just thought of
It's more of a higher
Nice.
quality, definitely. You've done some cooking. You're not a huge cook, but this seems like a little bit better than the normal stuff you'd get. And there are 2 small azurites.
And as a what?
Azurites. So these kind of like blue gems.
Wait. If I remember correctly, hang on, I might be wrong.
Hey, Davik, look at this kitchen weed.
Yeah.
You can't even see me on camera.
Overall, both of the gems are, you'd assume probably, as a dwarf, you know quite a bit about gems and such. You'd assume probably about 10 gold pieces each. You can't place how much the cooking spices would be worth, but the box itself would probably catch quite a couple of gold pieces at least.
Dumb question because I can't math. What is 150 plus 72?
150 plus 72.
222.
Welcome to our math corner.
Sorry. That's why I was excited.
I think
I don't know if Reese calculated that, but I was
122,
excited because
I
I
think?
like stones.
122?
I think that'd be 122.
No, it'd be 222.
222. Sorry, because it's 150. I had 50 and 72. 222.
I was right.
Okay. And then 39 plus 18.
You got this
57. Welcome to math with Hidayam.
Hey,
Welcome to Not English
one. With ADM.
with Reese. Sorry, Rice.
As my sister would say.
Is she still upset about his name?
Oh. There's this girl in her school named Reese, but spelled R-E-E-S-E.
There we go. The sign is visible now.
Anyway,
Now that we're done talking about names.
They're not even yours, but I want to see them.
They're yours.
I haven't looked at
I
it.
forgot
Yeah.
what we were doing.
but you find this little compartment with this in it. There's also a small swath of what looks like a kind of finer silk in it. You don't know a lot about silk, but it looks a little bit more high end.
Can I take it?
It's kind of this purplish gray color. Not much, but maybe a spool.
How are you doing?
What did you do?
Can I take it? I'll take every fucking
I'm coming
thing.
after your man.
What's in the boxes that we're moving out, by the way?
Dried meats, mostly. Dried meats.
Hey, do you guys want some dried meats? Hey, do you guys want some dried meats?
There is 2 or 3 smaller boxes which seem to have a couple of different assorted spices and such. A lot of the kind of objects you use for
Don't worry
drying.
about
So
it.
this is like a cooking part.
Probably it's less so like an actual like cooking cart than it would be probably a transport or a trade of some sort for food. From the way the wagon is facing, you'd assume it was heading from Meadowhall,
Okay.
but you couldn't be sure.
So, okay, how much? What did they look like? Like, are they strands of meat, or are they just like an actual, like, entire fucking cow that's just dried? Like, could we take some
depends.
and put it into a pocket, kind of thing?
Yeah, it's kind of like beef jerky almost. There's some larger bins that seem to have some of the bigger slabs and slices and such. But for the most part, a majority of the boxes are smaller jerky bits.
Gotta go.
You need to stop. That's what you need. You need to sit down and stop.
It's fine. I just ate something in a particular way.
This is what happens when I don't pay attention. Okay.
Thanks.
So I will take like
I'm gonna
Two
print out an
handfuls.
actual
Two
like,
handfuls.
fancy
Okay,
sign
so
that
you
says
grab
stop.
about 7 pieces of jerky.
like calligraphy.
Kiza and Shin. You guys begin the trek. It's not very far. It's about a 10-minute walk. And you get to the edge of the river easily enough. It's kind of, there's a low slope you manage to find that leads right down to the water.
Mm-hmm.
You guys suck at this.
You're at the river.
We are at the river.
What a good river.
Okay, great.
Wetlands.
Kissa grabs the bottom of her dress and just chucks it off. She doesn't care.
Oh my god. Oh my
Are
god.
you naked now?
Yeah. I think. I don't know.
I mean, you've got your weapons and stuff on.
I take those off. I'm
Okay,
not like
yeah, you pile
You're
them.
not a heathen.
not a heathen.
There's like a bit of driftwood that's kind of brushed up onto the beach that you just kind of pile your stuff on.
I'm gonna make sure there's nothing in the water.
Okay, only a perception check.
19. Sorry.
There's a couple of fish,
But other
and
than
like you
that,
managed to spot like a singular like crab or something at the bottom, like some sort of weird crustacean that just kind of and then hobbles around.
just like okay. It's even greater because like you looked at me like it was looking at me skeptically and then it walked off.
Alright.
And then it waddles off.
Okay. Yeah.
I should probably
Don't
wash
mind me.
my dress too.
Why am I trying to find a picture of a crab? You know what a crab is?
Reese, we know what a crab is. You're gonna find it anyway.
Well, like maybe D&D crabs look different.
I'll look it up on my phone. See if I
Maybe
can
I
find
need
it
to pull up a
faster.
crab in case you guys get like
It's a
attacked
giant
crabs.
spider crab.
You know, the depth of the water is actually kind of scary because it's about a like phase spider sized crab.
Oh god.
Eats you. That's it. That's the end of you two.
crabs.
Goodbye.
Okay,
Have you seen
D&D
what spider
crab.
crabs are?
Oh my
I found it. This is apparently what a D&D crab looks like.
It dance. And you can't show that on the stream.
It looks like it's like ah.
Um,
It's in pain.
Do you want to buy some of my spices?
I just realized, okay, because Shin actually wears armor, doesn't it take him a bit to disrobe?
Oh,
Yeah,
God,
no,
sometimes,
it
yeah.
Just
takes
fucking
you.
like swan dive into
It takes a bit longer to put it back on than just pop. It is
Ha,
look.
ha, they've got a crab section.
What's our crab
It's a
up to?
tiny beast.
Okay.
Crab's gonna bite
It's
my dick.
unaligned. It's not evil, but it's not good. Oh, I love crabs.
It's nice to know that I can have a crab bite my dick.
You're piercing.
It's better than your dick biting a crab.
That's the true thing people don't know about
Hank?
Drow.
Hank?
I love how Jason's just calmly dying in the corner.
Okay, anyway.
Back to D&D.
Back to D&D. Can I... Dylan, shut the fuck up!
Stop your little elf giggle.
Can I get in the water now?
Yeah.
Great!
Yeah.
I thought you were
know
gonna
how
kiss my
swim?
cheek and you licked
I don't know, that's a
I don't
good
know
question.
I'm
what
assuming you know how to swim. We'll say you know how to
I was
swim.
like, yes,
I know.
yes, please.
I've lived
and
in
you're
the
like,
forest for a very long time. I hope I know how to swim.
So you know how to swim.
Yeah, I start swimming.
You start swimming.
Okay.
Roll me a fucking nature check. I don't know. You
Okay.
swim.
Okay,
Okay, I'm. While she's doing.
critical one.
You just
I say
the crab bites your dick.
Okay, how much damage should I take?
All of it, you're dead. It's a fucking poisonous crab. Goodbye. Thanks for playing.
I'm immune to poison.
It's a fucking necrotic crab. It's a witch crab.
Oh god.
You just wither.
Is the lich crab anything like your lich cat?
Dude, this is just gonna be fucking. This is the big boss right now. This crab. This is fucking backstory. He is traumatized by seeing a naked dragonborn swimming in his river, and he grows up to kill all dragonborn. This is how you create a villain backstory, guys. You think I'm joking? This is legitimately gonna be the big bad.
Oh no.
It's gonna be a giant crab. I'm never gonna live this down.
Except for the fact that means we could call our final episode "The Whole Group Gets Crabs."
Yeah, you swim.
Grab the one.
Okay,
You don't have to roll to swim.
I was
You're
gonna
not
say
trying to
that-
fight a current.
I was gonna say that Shin's going to, I guess, get undressed and wash off.
Okay, yeah. You're both
And-
gay, you're fine.
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna wash off too.
Roll to not be attracted. Oh wait, you critically always succeed because you're both gay.
Roll to see if Shin is feminine enough for Kiza, or she's like, no. She says no.
Which one did you? What's an even a D20?
But you did it.
It's a D6.
Oh, do you want me to roll D20? Okay, even or odd, call it.
even. It's odd.
Okay, she's not attracted.
This is how we D&D, guys. I'm sorry.
I'm also gonna wash off my stuff, cause you.
Yeah, I'm gonna wash that off too, and as well, Kiza's gonna look them dead in the eyes and go, no hetero.
Okay, yeah. So you guys go swimming. There's that quiet kind of like glance between you, and you're just like, no hetero.
No hetero.
That means Kiza now officially is not guessing. They know that you're gay.
You guys clean off pretty easily.
Yeah.
The water's like it's quite a bit, so it does drain quite red, but like not enough to pollute the river.
Yeah.
Right.
Can I make a
No.
No, we're still doing our
We're
things.
still.
You wait.
Wait a sec.
Ask if I can make
Um,
a D&D character based off of something.
No,
Whatever it is now.
not on stream.
Okay.
No.
We can talk
Wait.
about this on break.
Okay.
Um,